appreciate it.
Magic Mike in the mix. You tuned into the Magic Show Deluxe. We're in a new time, new dimension now. We got my man all the way from Florida. Man, we worked on a track. Big ups to Big Bob Patterson,
Yeah.
R.I.P. He worked on a track with us called Blackface. I did the video, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And it was a historical track, but we're not going to play that for this one because every time I
Mm-hmm.
get Soul Rac on, we always playing that. We got this brand new track. It's called Welcome to America, but we got Soul Rac in the house. What's going on, my G?
Yo, I'm good. I'm glad to be back with the family. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for all you've done and how you put indie artists on in Canada and just been a voice for hip hop. And so appreciate you for your many years of dedication and your commitment to the culture.
Thank you so much, Soul Rac. Same thing to you as well. You know what I mean? You've been doing the game for a long time. You've been putting out tracks. Big ups to Craig G. I know you've been working with the Juice Crew. You work with so much people throughout the years, right? And
Yes.
this is an artist from down south. And he don't even sound like he's from down south. Now, Soul Rac, right? I know, it's been a few years since we did an
Hmm.
interview. A lot has changed, okay?
Sure.
What's been going on with you, my brother? You know what I mean? We got
Well,
this
you
new.
know, oh,
No, go
well,
ahead. No,
first
go
of
ahead.
all,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I guess we're so excited to talk.
Yeah, man, it's been a
So much
minute. Me and So Right used to
Yeah,
talk
but
every
so
day.
so much to catch up on. But we're
Of
gonna get
course.
back where we were though. But
Of
there's a
course.
lot of family things that going on. You know, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. I mean, she survived it, of course. And then just some family things going on. So sometimes you have to take care of your personal in order for you to handle business. And so now all of that's been done. Now I can refocus and I can really give the people what they want. You know, I'm a real artist, I'm a real person, and you gotta be real when you make music because people need to see that you're not just making fantasy, but you make a reality. And so because I'm real, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Of course. Keep it 100.
Yeah.
Now, you got this amazing track. You got visuals too as well, but you got this amazing track. It's called Welcome to America.
Hmm.
Okay. That hook stayed in my head from the first time I heard the track. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
They don't see us. You know what I'm saying? That just blew
Hmm.
my mind. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
executive produced by Chuck D from
Yeah.
Public Enemy. Those of y'all
Hmm.
who don't know who Chuck D is, we got a lot of new school heads. You better check who Chuck D is, okay? Now, and also featured on the track is Craig G from the Juice Crew. If y'all don't know who the Juice Crew is or Craig G, go check your hip hop history. My G, how did you get this track formed with all these
Well,
people on this?
well, first of all, you already mentioned it. The collaboration we had with Big Bob, rest in peace to Big Bob, and you doing the visual, which was greatly appreciated. With Blackface, so that created the relationship with Big Bob. And then by me working with Big Bob, we worked on an album together, and he connected me with Craig G, where we were able to do Belly of the Beast, dealing with mass incarceration. And so that initiated the relationship. And so Craig G and I continue to work together. But fortunately for me, I met another person that's from Canada, DJ Merciless. He the one produced the track. And
Big ups to
so here,
DJ Merciless, man, doing big things out here in Canada. I hear you. I hear you,
no
brother. I'm T Dot. Yeah, yeah.
also you got another one from Canada. He was on Canada's what is called American Canada's Got Talent, my mistake. Canada's Got Talent. Omar Lunan, also known as who's singing the hook on the track.
Big
So
ups.
it's a good collaboration between America and Canada, which is much needed now because of some of the
Mm-hmm.
tension that we're
Mm-hmm.
seeing. And then also we're interviewing now in Canada with you. So it's just a lovely situation. But as far as the record itself, so Merciless gave me the track. I came up with the hook, and then on top of that, I reached out to Craig G to add a verse. I added a verse, and then Merciless added "Oh My Lone" and "Oh" to the track, and you have what we have today. And so, I think it's a great record for the moment. And not only that, I think it's an eye opener because a lot of times people think, especially on the global perspective, they have a lot of questions about what's going on in America. And so we answer some of them questions through this track.
Man, Soul Rack, so much has been going on since we last talked.
I
Don't it
know.
feel like don't it feel like we're in a dream right now? Don't it feel like we're in a
Oh
dream?
man.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
it does because things are happening that we didn't think would even. Well, I know in America we didn't think that we would see people storming the Capitol and tearing the Capitol up and coming after politicians,
Forget about
and
forget about the Capitol. You got
Yeah.
ice. You
That's
got
the other one. That's
the
the other one.
drug. You got the drug ice and
Yeah.
fentanyl just sweeping up the place.
Absolutely.
You got the music not even interesting anymore. Big ups to Jay-Z and big ups to Drake for keeping hip
Yeah.
hop alive.
Hmm.
Well, this is right now. This is Sunday. Last night, Jay-Z had a performance in
Yes, he
Philadelphia.
did. Hmm.
Answered back against Drake because
Hmm.
Drake came out with 3 albums, and this is great for hip hop. You think this is great for hip
Yeah.
hop? Seeing
I think
Jay-Z
so.
on stage.
I think so. I think it's good to now seeing artists really testing their artistry out with one another and really getting back to lyrics, being lyrical. We had a phase where we were just people writing songs and getting a lot of streams and everything, but we lack being lyrical, and we lack writing something that really make you think. And so I think we're starting to get back into that stage. And so I'm glad to see Jay-Z on there. I'm glad to see State Property join them on the stage and
Big ups
many
to
others.
Big ups to
Hmm.
Memphis Bleak. Big ups to
Yeah,
Freeway.
Freeway.
Benny
Yeah,
Siegel. Everybody was on stage. Big ups to Freeway. We got a serious
yeah,
interview, me and Freeway. The audio aired everywhere. You know what I mean? We did that a
yeah.
minute ago. But we got visuals coming up. You better check that out. But right now we're with Soul Rac. And Soul Rac,
Hmm.
you know, if you're in the game from major to indie, everybody's the same. They're human beings. When you meet these
Hmm.
people, it's like, damn, you fart when you get up? Damn.
You
or
wonder, don't you?
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like my kidney beans and rice. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, exactly.
it's
Yeah,
just, this is just reality right now because the veil's been
hmm,
lifted. Things look cheap.
yeah. Look
Yeah,
cheap.
you know
You're
what I
right.
mean?
Look
Yeah,
cheap.
like this game look cheap right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
But as far as what I'm concerned is, we got this big track, Welcome to America. The hook stays in
Hmm.
your head. The visuals, who did the visuals? Because speaking of visuals, you talked about Belly the Beast. I did the visuals for Blackface, and I did the
Hmm.
visuals for Belly the Beast. That was a track
Hmm.
about the jail system.
Yes.
Okay, that was very
Yes.
powerful. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Folks, I would love to run those two videos on this episode right here, but
Hmm.
I don't want to. You know why I don't want to? Because Welcome to America, this is something new, right? Go
Hmm.
back and go look at that in Soul Rac's YouTube. Soul Rac, what's your information? How can they go look this all up? What we're talking
Well,
about here?
very simple.
Cause stuff like that, I don't want to get flagged.
No, you're good. You're good. Simple. Soul Rac, SOULRAC music, and you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram. You can also find me on X. And so, in that way, we can come on, holler at your boy, and let's connect. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's where they'll find me.
And folks, it's not like there's like some nudity or some vulgar language on these two videos we're speaking of that are rather so rack. You go see it on his YouTube. It's just that it was really real. Like Bella the Beast showed visuals of the jail system, very
Hmm.
touching. Blackface showed the reality of when the Moors lost power in Europe, right? And we don't
Hmm.
want to go on about these things because they don't like these things being said. So I'd rather just go to you. But like
Yeah.
I was saying, the game is so weak right now. The truth can't be told. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But my man, you know what I mean? What else has been going on with you, man? What else should we know? Like,
Well, yeah.
yeah, no, go
Well,
ahead.
I just signed a deal with Spit Slam, which is the imprint of Chuck D's. So I got that deal going on right now, a
How
record
did you
deal
meet
with
up with
them.
Chuck D? How did you like? Let's talk about this because you've known Chuck D for a minute. Since me and you've been talking, you told me about Chuck D here and there, but I think
Yeah,
your relationship got a lot stronger if he's executive producer. What made him want to jump on that?
well, I mean, the connection came through the label. I mean, I'm on the label now, so he's
What label
incentivized.
you on right now? I know you said it, but
Spit,
say it again.
yeah, Spit Slam. That's the label that Chuck D has as an imprint, and the president on the label, C Dot.
Nice.
He's the guy.
Is it located
Mhm.
out of New York?
Well, right now, as far as the physical location, we're more like remote in a sense.
Okay.
So there's not like a specific office how we work.
You don't
It's
need that. You don't need that no
Yeah,
more.
exactly. Like you don't need it no more now because there's so
Yeah.
much you can do electronically and digitally that you can get it pretty much done where everybody can be across the world, which to me is better because now we all can connect just like you and I are doing. Seem like we're in the same room together, but we're in different countries.
Do
So
you
boom,
know we dropped some bombs this morning? I knew I talked to you earlier this morning, right? Over
yeah,
IG. I called you up
hmm,
over IG. The things
yeah,
about social media, you can invade people and call them when you want. But
exactly.
me and you was talking, right? And you
Hmm.
already know the episode where sometimes the game changes. You got to roll with the game, right?
Yes.
Thank God we made our own platforms, huh? You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
Because when Big Brother's done with you and you cut the strings, a lot of people just dangling over the
Yeah.
water, actually in the water, And we imagine step out of this. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's called going with the times. This is unbelievable. Soul Rac.
Yes, it is. I mean, I think we're in a position now where we can really do direct to the consumer. I think we can really forge those relationships we weren't able to do before because
without
of
without the
yes,
yes man hanging over your
and
head,
and
yanking
that's
down your volume. Uh,
exactly,
you're having the best interviews the city's ever seen, and they're
exactly.
telling you we don't want you here, and you know what I mean, just
Hmm.
foolishness.
Yeah,
But in today's
exactly.
time, like you said, you know what I mean. People want the people want straight delivery to them,
They
right?
exactly. They want the connection. I mean, we live in a society now where people have 1,000 friends, but they don't know any of them online, and so we people hunger for connection. And I think we're in a position now, at least from an artist perspective and a radio host perspective, we can now create those relationships we weren't able to do before because of the platforms hindering the relationship and that they wanted to control the communication and wanted to control how you connect with your audience and now you can deal with them directly. So it puts us in a position of power. We have to work harder to cultivate that relationship, but the end results will be beneficial in the long run.
You want to know something? I'm gotta tell you one thing though, right? I've made a lot of podcasters. They've listened to me on FM and
Mm-hmm.
digital. You know what I mean? I've made a whole generation. You know what I'm saying? From what I'm seeing now, like you got Ebro, the list goes on. They're just knocking us all. They're just knocking us
Yeah.
down. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't need to be up there no more. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And not
Mm-hmm.
just that, the quality of hip hops went down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know in my city, there's no hip hop on the radio. You got big ups to DJ Duckets. He's from 8 to 10 on
Mm-hmm.
Fridays. That's late at night.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no interviews. It's just spinning on the ones and twos, which I give him the highest respect. He was one of our, you know, DJ Coalition DJs, right? For the Magic
Mm-hmm.
Productions, right? You know what I mean? No disrespect. But what I'm trying to say is that there's nothing going on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even in your city, are they killing off the market in your city?
Yeah, they are. I think what it is just the labels now, or not just the labels, the radio stations, they basically want music that in some ways appeal to a younger audience. And number two, they want ready-made artists as far as labels. They want the artists to already built their own empire and they just come in and invest a little bit of money, get a return on the investment.
There you
So
go. You
they're not
got
really investing in the artists, nor are they really investing in getting quality music. They just want whatever they can to get a return on the investment. And that's hurting the
TikTok.
culture. Hmm.
TikTok plays a big part, right?
Absolutely.
On my social media, I got way more numbers, way more. I got one video on social media interview that's sitting
Hmm.
almost at 8K, right? Meanwhile, YouTube,
Dope.
they push what they want to push, right?
Of course.
Numbers all
Absolutely.
add up. You're not gonna just drop a video on YouTube. You want to drop it everywhere, multiple social medias, multiple Twitters, multiple Facebooks,
Hmm.
Instagram. It just goes everywhere, right?
Yeah.
You know, like for doing interviews now, okay, there's DJs and other radio people like go on other people's websites and IG pages and whatnot just to look for the next thing. I got
Hmm.
DJs on my thing saying, "Oh, you interviewed this person. I checked their music. I'm spinning it on my show." Like, you know
Dope.
what I mean? You still could distribute. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like a radio
Hmm.
guy will sit there and this is the brand new track, but nowadays, you can go straight direct with this. You know what I mean? It's beautiful.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful world. I never thought I'd be talking to you about this right now. It was all a panic back in the day, wasn't it? I don't know.
It was. It was. I mean, it still is to a certain point because we still have to have some concerns about AI when they can mimic our voice and that could be a copyright infringement issue. So there are some areas of concern, but we have to grow with technology as well because we don't want to be on the outside looking in. We want to be
What?
ahead of the curve and be the ones to lead the way.
Okay, okay. All right. Now, Soul Rac, I'm just looking at this equipment right now. Sorry, this is like a little brand new setup I got here.
No,
You know what I mean? I
okay.
just got a little notification. We ain't interrupting nothing. You do not
Yeah, of
interrupt
course.
this because
No doubt.
we start talking about AI. Now,
Yeah.
I had an interview with somebody. I asked the question, right? Is AI
Hmm.
bad for music, right? If you're gonna use the whole track in AI, that's different. If little parts to
Yeah.
help out with AI,
Hmm.
that's no problem. How do you feel with this AI infiltrating music? Because it is
Well,
infiltrating. It just
I
did
have
right now.
Yeah, exactly. I have some deep concerns. I think the problem with using AI, which is pretty much some of the problem we had with people that was mimicking one another during the mumbling era or the auto tune era, is that we lose creativity. Artists are not really trying to write music; they're trying to write a hit because they're trying to get the bag, and so they're not really so concerned about the art. And I think what happens is that when you use AI to fill in where you're unwilling to fill in, you allow the AI to produce music, you allow the AI to have influence, and then artists lose their level of influence, and also they lose their creativity in the process.
Creativity ain't the word. You know what I'm saying? The, it's funny now. Boom bap's coming back. The '90s are back. All the
Hmm.
baggy pants. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
I guessed it because I seen Lil Wayne in baggy pants. Like I think it was 3 years ago, right?
Hmm.
And then he started seeing Drake doing it, and I was like, okay, that's the next phase. Not only is it
Hmm.
the next phase, I mean, like, remember the '90s where hip hop was there, but it wasn't there, right?
Hmm.
You understand what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Hmm.
Rap music, not hip hop, rap music,
Hmm.
even less hip hop. It's just like that
Yeah.
right now in my city. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man, I can't believe where we are. I'm so rack. I cannot believe it. And I'm so
Well, you know,
blessed. I'm blessed from the most high that me and you are still able to talk about this and
oh,
joke about
that
this years
that's true.
later. You know?
I mean, that always happens, though. I mean, when you have societal, issues, what happens is that the pendulum swings far to the right, and then it comes back, and then it comes right back and balances itself out. I think that's what we're seeing in hip hop right now, where we went to an extreme. We had that creative stage where we had the self destruction, KRS-One. That phase where we was talking about knowledge is king. Then we went into the gangster and trap music, and then we kind of went into some of the things we're seeing now. But I think hip hop is swinging back because whenever we lose our way, what we normally do, we go back to what we know. And so I think we're starting to see that transition. That's why you're seeing a lot of legacy artists making music. That's why you're seeing older artists making music because now they see a lane that they can go in.
As for the young kids, do you feel like they care? Like, do they
I,
care? Do they care about the change? Because the change is coming. Like they
yeah,
fighting it. Like online, you can see it. You can see it online. They fighting. They fight. You know what I mean? Well,
yeah, they are.
those old fogies, man. Who cares what the lyrics are saying, man? We got a beat. We groove to it.
Yeah,
All y'all do is sing,
yeah,
right?
exactly,
When you drop
exactly.
bars, I got bars. It's just a bunch of singing or melody with a little bit of rap behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Drop them bars, man. Drop them bars, man.
no culture, I would say any generation that comes after their predecessors, they don't want anybody to challenge what they're doing. They want to be socially accepted. We went through it during our phase. I think it was a little more respectful than the ones that's after us because we didn't call our predecessors dusty or, some of the words that they're using to describe the legacy artists, nor were we disrespectful. We didn't gauge an artist's ability based on how much money they had, but we based it on how creative they were and what type of impact they made with their music. And to me, that's more valuable because you look at Rakim, you look at Big Daddy Kane, you look at some of the ones who were strong in the '80s, they're still touring. You look at some of these newer artists, they got a lot of streams, but they can't tour. And
That's
so they
right.
really haven't built a relationship or built a fan base where they can continue to write. I mean, you think about it, 30 years from now, whatever music I put out, and let's say I make the same impact that Kane and Rakim did, and I'm still able to tour, I think that's a testament to the culture that we came from versus just I'm hot now, but then I can't get a check later on. I'd rather be in the position Kane and Rakim are in.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Now, we're not talking about when we talk about lyrics, we're always talking about East Coast. Don't forget the
Hmm.
South before this whole little candy apple thing happened.
Yeah.
You had UGK,
I like that.
you had Ghetto Boys, you had
Yes.
Goody Mob, big ups to Cujo, big ups to CeeLo.
That's
I
all
had them
right.
on my show. That's
Dope.
that
Dope.
show got me canned off the first FM station because it was
Oh,
just too
word.
powerful. We can laugh about it now.
Yeah.
Y'all go to my YouTube channel, scroll all the way down. We got an interview with Cujo from Goody Mob. That transformed me to a bigger DJ on another station. I don't want to talk. I'm all
Yeah.
stumbling. But my brother, listen, okay? We can sit there and talk about the past. Let's talk about the future now, right?
Hmm.
What's the future with Soul Rac? Do you really feel the music's gonna go back to lo-fi, soul? You know what I'm saying?
I think we already getting there now. I mean, we're seeing what I call a evolution in a sense because you look at what happened with neo soul, that's still gaining ground. I mean, you look at what Snoop Dogg owned Death Row Records. He's a '90s artist, you know what I'm saying, that has
Mm-hmm.
control and influence. I think, and he has an artist on there now that has a neo soul vibe, which you wouldn't have heard of that back in the days when they were just record labels. It was either
Mm-hmm.
rap or you had some R&B, but now he has a neo soul artist on there. So you're seeing it with the neo soul movement. You're seeing roots reggae really gaining more ground with Damon Marley and many others. One of my
Vibes
friends,
Cartel still popping off.
exactly.
Blood
Yeah,
clean, popping
that's
off
what
in
I'm saying.
Jamaica. Right?
That's right.
You're from
It's a,
Florida. You're from Florida,
yeah,
man. You see us
yeah,
all the time down there
of course.
yapping our mouths
Absolutely.
off. You
That's
smell the
why
curry goat going, oxtail,
yeah,
huh?
absolutely. That's why I vouch for roots reggae.
Of
One of the
course.
artists I'm working with, Lawgiver the King's son, he's a roots reggae artist. We got a track we're working on. So
Nice.
I think the more you're diverse as an artist, where you dabble in different things, that gives you longevity. But to pretty much put a add more to the question you asked, as far as return to lo-fi, I think we're already in that zone right now. It's just a matter of time before it has more influence than it has at this moment.
Yeah, I don't see rap music. We're not talking about hip hop. Hip hop's
Yes,
everywhere. Like you got
yes,
people 60 years old
mm-hmm,
interested in hip hop. Everybody's wearing
yes,
the big bell bottom pants. That's hip hop. You got
indeed.
little 7-year-olds. I'm just in the grocery store. I'm like looking around. I'm like, damn, hip hop influenced the whole goddamn from what?
Yeah,
From
it
two
did.
years old, from 2 years old to 80 years old now.
Mm-hmm,
You go up to a little old lady and say, yo, that's all hip hop? What are you talking
yes.
about? That nigger shit. I don't right? But ma'am, you
Yeah.
wearing that. Don't you see it? I seen a brother, a white brother on a motorcycle tattooed up.
Mm-hmm,
Guess what he looked like? Say it, hip hop, right? It's
mm-hmm.
influenced so much, right? It
It has.
influenced so much, man. And I don't see it dying off. I just see rap music just being pushed to a side right now. You know
Mm-hmm,
what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Do you really feel like this change that we have coming or that's here? Like this thing with Jay-Z and Drake, I don't even know if it's real. Do you really see like, this taking effect, taking off? Because all I see right now when I wake up in the morning on my phone is Jay-Z, Jay-Z, Jay-Z. 2 weeks ago
Yeah.
was Drake, 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 Drake. Is this a
Uh-huh.
good thing for this? You know what I
Well,
mean?
I think it draws attention to Jay-Z, which I feel like he has been a cultural icon. I think it draws attention to
Disrespected too
Drake.
much. He's been
Yeah.
disrespected too much, man.
And so, yeah, so
Too much.
I think he needed the answer back because, sometimes to stay at the top of the game, you gotta let people know, hey, I'm still here. Even though you may not see me making as many records, I'm
Of
still the guy
course.
who shaped the culture. And so I think it's good when we do have some battles going on, as long as it's not one that we saw with Biggie and Tupac. But I think it's good for artists to go back and forth just so they can sharpen their skills
It
and draw
could.
attention to the culture.
It could. It could. You
It
never
can.
know.
It can. That's why I say as long as we don't get to a point like that, then I
Exactly.
think it's a good thing for the culture.
Exactly. I love the Bomb Squad, Public Enemy's production. But I'll tell you
Oh yeah,
something right
absolutely.
now. This track, Welcome to America, produced by DJ Merciless. I love the
Hmm.
way they're showing you the tricks, right, of the drum
Hmm.
machines now. Like, for
Yes.
instance, No Diggity by Blackstreet. Did you know there's only
Hmm.
3 tracks in that off the drum machine? There's
No,
only
I
three
didn't know.
tracks. There's only three
Wow.
tracks because most drum machines only had 8 tracks, right?
Hmm.
So you were limited, but you had to create. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So No
Exactly.
Diggity was, Teddy Riley. There was three tracks. When you move
Hmm.
it over to the boards, you can add your keyboard, add your bass. But originally the skeleton was 3 tracks, right?
Yes.
Another one, RZA, 1 track beat maker. You know what I'm saying? You
Hmm.
hear this one sample, you figure there's all instruments. Ain't no instruments. It's
Yes.
just a sample, right? So
Hmm.
sampling basically is coming back. You got the MPC sampler. It's just
Hmm.
crazy right now. This is
Yeah,
a perfect
love it.
time
I love it.
coming to
I love it.
America. Now,
Yes.
it is too bad that you all weren't in the same studio. Were you all in the same studio for this one? You
No,
don't
we
have you
weren't.
don't have to be nowadays,
No.
but seeing that old equipment, you can just imagine how it was like, for instance, Showbiz and AG, right?
Hmm.
Showbiz is
Oh
bumping out a
man, now you're
beat,
taking me back
right?
now.
And
Yeah.
then you got the whole digging at the crates crew. They have to all
Yeah, it
be
was
at the
dope.
studio. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
I would love to do that. I mean, that's something that would be a dream come true for me is that whatever producers I work with, that we're in the studio together because I think there's an element that you can get when you're there versus doing it remotely. Even though that's an option because it does help you create the music and it gives you a chance to work with artists from all over the world as well as producers. But I would love to record in the studio first before I do it the way I have to do it now.
I will say this, right? If I want to, I can go to every single event in my cities. I got promoters hitting me up. Yo, come to my show, take some highlights, interview us.
Hmm.
But she don't want to. I'm not. Like I say this. I got a lot of things going on. You know what I'm saying? You
Hmm.
can't get out. I don't want to be too much in your ass, right? Because that creates a lot of problems. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
got you. I
Right?
got you.
I've already been there, done that, right? But I will say this. Okay, it's good to have the artist in front of you interviewing, just like it's good to have the production team there. But
Agreed.
But right now, we're in 2026, you know what I mean? COVID made things possible like this. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because of the technology and things of that nature. But Soul Rac, welcome to America. Let's talk about our people real quick. Our
Okay.
people, it's not like we're going backwards here, man. They want
Hmm.
America, they want America and Canada great again. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They
Yeah, I
want they
know.
want the
I know.
world. It's not even that they want the world great again. What
Hmm.
that means going backwards. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course. Of
How do
course.
you feel about reparations? Are we ever going to get it? Because I know we got to get our reparations from the British government because my parents are from Jamaica,
Yes.
right?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
you all, are the mound builders. You know what I'm saying? We already know
Yes.
about that history. We know about
Hmm.
my people, the airwax. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Yes.
Not no Asians that came over. No, no, no.
Hmm.
Airwax were
Hmm.
black people in Jamaica, just like you have
Hmm.
the mountain builders
Yeah, the
in
Maroons
America,
and all that. Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
We're the
Hmm.
native people of it, right?
Yeah.
Do you see reparations coming to us?
I mean, I think with the current Congress we have now, no. But I think if we continue to strive for changes, it's a possibility. Do we need reparations? Yes. Do we have the money for reparations? Yes. If Trump can get at least close to $2 billion for people who raided the Capitol, then I think that's a starting point for people to be able to give reparations to, Black Americans because of the fact that the money is there. It's just a matter of do they want to release it because that's the only way you can right the wrong when we deal with the historical tragedies of African Americans in the United States. You talk about redlining, you talk about, Jim Crow, you talk about enslavement, you talk about all the different things that happened, the freedmen colonies that were burnt down, that were thriving better than their white counterparts, but because of jealousy and lies, that wealth was taken away. So when you take away wealth from somebody, you have to restore them. I'm gonna say it like Malcolm X said: you can't put a knife in my back. I believe he said 9 inches and pull out 3 inches. You still left the knife in my back. The only way to heal anything is to take the knife out and then begin the process of repair. And so until you repair us financially, you can't even have a conversation with us about us having a bootstrap. I mean, using our own bootstraps. We need
Not,
boots in order
not,
to
not even just
tie them
that.
up.
I
You
see
know,
these little racist little guys on TikTok. I don't know, can't believe
of
they have
course.
not left TikTok. I can't believe they got rid of them. Some of my videos have been censored, and it's been
Hmm.
harmless talk, right?
Yes.
But you got these guys on TikTok saying, you guys have been here for 400 years. You can't
Mm.
get it done and all this stuff. Give us the same quality. A bomb was
Exactly.
dropped on Black Wall Street. Floodings
Exactly.
have happened to communities that were
Hmm.
flourishing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the list
Exactly.
goes on over in the islands, over in
Hmm.
Africa, right?
Exactly. Worldwide.
If you was to give us the same rights and no problems when we're driving from the police,
Hmm.
we'd run the whole thing. And you all
Yeah.
know that, right?
Yeah. I mean, you look at
You
Africa.
have to
The
keep us
continent
down.
of
You
Africa.
gotta keep us down. Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Go
look
ahead.
at the continent of Africa. Because of colonialism and all of those things. They stole and they still doing it today. They stole the raw goods and things of that nature and enriched themselves, just like America enriched themselves off the
Uh huh.
backs of enslaved Africans and through cotton, and they became rich in the South. And that's why the Civil War, even though they was talking about it's about freedom, it was really about keeping people enslaved because black bodies were an economic advantage for those in the South. And so they didn't want those slaves to be free because at that point, that was their money, that was money that they were losing. And
I
so,
heard a good thing
mhm,
about your state of Florida,
yes,
because the Most High likes to drop information nowadays to our people. Very
hmm
valuable, very valuable. You know what he
hmm
dropped to me? He says to me that the people of Florida, most of the black people in Florida were never slaves because it's their own land. You know what I'm saying?
hmm hmm
Right? We can get into that, right? I've done a lot of
hmm
history. I've been doing a lot of history.
okay, I see you
And
getting
I've been,
pretty tough.
yeah, yeah, and I've been noticing, man, we've been lied to. But
Hmm.
I don't want to get flagged because
I
this
know.
is a music thing. I want to make
Yes.
another YouTube channel, make it about history, right? But
We'll
right
have that one
now,
too. Yes.
yeah, man. But we're talking about Welcome to America, and the way you making people look at this track and the visuals is very powerful. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I know how you softened it up, the visuals. You had to soften it up. If it was up to you, we'd add a lot more, right?
Of course, you know
Now,
me.
yeah.
You know how I
Now,
do. Yes.
you got to cool things down. Now, is there
Hmm.
anything you want to say to the feed? Like any shout outs right now you want to make to anybody? To the peoples out
Absolutely.
there?
Well, first of all, I want to encourage the audience to continue to support you because you bring a real hip hop on the airwaves. So we definitely need to keep you going, whatever way that needs to be done, whether it's financial, whether it's by a like or a retweet or a repost,
Thank
whatever
you.
options they choose to do. We got to support those who support us. So I always like to make sure that the hosts get the respect
Of
that's due to
course.
them. Secondly, we need to, I need you to support me as an artist. Just being honest. Because we have to invest in ourselves, but we also need the audience to invest in the artists, so that way they can keep making the music that they want. Because, like you said earlier, they don't want us to put out songs like "Welcome to America." They
Mm-hmm.
don't want to. They don't want people like you, Magic Mike, being on the air, because we're going to bring the real to you. We're going to bring the truth. And so they have a collective. So they're working collectively to try to keep you off the air, collectively from trying to get my music out there.
Well,
So
you
the
gotta tell you
only way,
something. Gotta tell you,
yes,
collectively, with me, my team, and brothers like you, we
yes,
destroyed 2 radio stations. Right? We made
mm-hmm,
history. We destroyed it
yes,
so much that it's
mm-hmm,
spewed out in the streets. People are like, we can't have these blacks up here doing this. So you guys
yes,
canceled a lot of the black promoters in my city,
mm-hmm,
where you got to get government funded to have your event, right? And you got to be part of that little circle. I'm just giving it to you like that because everybody knows how
yeah,
it goes, right?
yeah. So we,
But
so we just,
little old Magic Mike is still here surviving. No, go
yeah,
ahead, go
and
ahead.
that's why we got to support you. So that way you don't have to worry about being having those barriers from you being able to put out the content that you need, or the content I need, or any other artist
Mm-hmm.
that I'm working with, an artist that's on, through the Spit Slam record, or any other record labels that's trying to produce quality music and not just following trends, but trying to create legacy. And so we need to have you as an audience supporting that music. That way we can keep these artists going, keep these radio shows going, keep these podcasts going, because that's the only way we can do it. And we have to do it financially. It's
I
not enough.
I don't even know what mine is because
Yeah.
I'm still doing what I'm doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I call this a TV program, right? I don't call
Okay.
this a podcast, right? Because the link in my
Mm-hmm.
bio, you can hear previous FM, you can hear digital, you can hear me live on digital.
Dope.
It's crazy. It's just one big. You got mixtapes I've done, production
Mm-hmm.
I've done. I have an album. I'm gonna send you the cover of my album. I would love for you to be on my album.
Okay, let
Okay,
me know. Let me
I've
know.
only sold one person to cover my album. I've had that cover for. We went to Toronto. I was looking out the window, right?
Hmm.
Somebody took my picture of me looking out the window, and I had a vest on. I can't tell you the story, right? But I had a vest
Okay.
on looking out a window in Toronto,
Hmm.
and he made it look like something else, like I was in the future, looking out the window of rubble outside.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's called The Art of War, right? Hold
Okay.
on a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Soul Rac, this is
Yes,
top
sir.
secret. The whole world's gonna see this, and they have to see
Okay.
this. If you go to my Reverb Nation, type out Magic Mike or Magic Productions, you'll see tracks I produced and engineered. Because
Okay.
I was engineer and producer, DJ first, went into production stuff, engineered my niggas around me, and then
Okay.
went into radio. But then I had all this skill and all these albums already up. But here's the cover of my album. Hold on, I don't know if y'all can see that. Right? There's the cover right there. Right?
Okay. I see. All right. Out of
It's
war.
called The Art of War, right? There's me looking out the
Okay.
window, right?
Okay.
And I would
Very dope.
love you guys. I would love to show this online. I told Jay, I'm like, yo, I want to put this online. He goes, don't even put it online unless it's coming out. Don't do that
Hmm.
because people don't have any ideas, right? They have no ideas at all. The game is rigged. Don't put that out because somebody else could have
Yeah.
that. Jay-Z could put something else like that.
Yeah.
You never
Yeah.
know because it's a great idea. But
Hmm.
my man, welcome to America. Thank you so much for you and Chuck D and Craig
Yeah.
G and DJ Merciless and the singer. Let's talk about that right now. The
Hmm.
hook is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hmm.
The hook is absolutely amazing, man. Like the whole track is amazing. Now, I feel like mainstream radio at some point in the future will have tracks like this on the radio because the world's going to get to a certain place, right? Where we're going to have to just get warm music like this, warm, loving
Yes.
music to uplift
Hmm.
our people, you know?
Hmm. No, I
Again,
agree.
where can they get a hold of you, Soul Rac? What's your social
Yeah.
media again? How can they cop your albums and
Sure.
make you some money and stuff? You know?
Oh yeah. Well, that's what we want.
It's not about the money, but it's 2026. You damn right it's about it.
Oh yeah, we gotta get it. We gotta get it. It's
Yeah.
at Soul Rac Music, SOULRAC Music. And they can find me on any social media platform. And if they want to, all they have to do is go to my Instagram page, and then from there they can click on the link, and that'll take them directly to the single. That way they can download it on the Bandcamp page. But they can go to Bandcamp as well and look at Soul Rac Music, and they'll find the single also. So they have multiple ways to get the music. I don't mind you streaming, but I prefer if you buy it, saying, so you can support, an upcoming artist.
All right, Soul Rac. We're gonna hear your track, Welcome to America, featuring Craig G, executive produced by Chuck D, produced, right? The beat was made by DJ Merciless.
Yes.
Who we got on the hook again?
We got Omar Luna, also known as O.
And O on the hook, man. That hook is powerful.
Yeah.
Soul Rac, thank you so much for coming on to the Majic Show Deluxe Syndicated, right?
Right.
I just can't believe me and you are still talking, and we're in 2026. We're deep into the future. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully 2030 we could keep going. I mean, hopefully this game's gonna be around. You know what I mean?
We're gonna do what we gotta do. In the meantime,
survive. We'll go back to analog. We'll go back to analog. I'll beg a station. Yo, please. All right, by the way, I got stations hitting me up to come work, and I'm just not right now, because once you start working for them people, which is nothing wrong with that. I love radio. I love the media. But I just want to see where the way it's going, right?
Yeah.
Because you dedicate your whole life to it, and, you know, is it worth it? Hold on a minute. We got my man Respecting Hip Hop on the phone. We got Soul Rac here. Yo, Respecting Hip Hop, you there? We got Respecting Hip Hop on the phone. Well, Soul Rac, right? I'm gonna let you go, right? Because we're very busy. We got 3 minutes left in the interview. Okay. All I gotta tell you is thank you so much. We're gonna hear your track "Welcome to America" featuring Craig G, produced by Chuck D, Public Enemy. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, one.
Soul Rac, Craig G. Welcome to America. Let's take it to the days when beats and rhymes meant something. Before cats hit the booth with this incoherent mumbling. You know a cohesive thought, maybe a street report to let the people know what's going on in the hood. You know why that's hard pressed, the time frames differ. The toughest dudes got they block snatched up by hipsters. That gun talk don't work when they price you out. Triple your rent, leave your existence and life in doubt. Look, welcome to the new New York where police choke you. Smile at it on camera, then buy themselves a boat. Ooh, sounds crazy, that's just how it goes now. Melanated people feel economy slow down. Millions gotta choose between the rent and the food. No wonder why a goon got a Mac 10 to you. It's either that or slave for a 60-hour work week and still not have enough for their family.
Welcome to America, we're fighting for freedom. Welcome to America, where they don't see us.
Welcome to America.
Our hearts are laden. Welcome to America. Welcome.
Welcome to America.
Black skin with black scars, we driven like fast cars. Decision we ask God, no living for black heart. On a mission to pass Mars, division from past scars. So many behind bars, so minute I blast scars. We got cops with a badge and a gun, who will shoot you in the back if you happen to run. Politicians care less as they bask in the sun, who will rob for the poor without a mask or a gun. Yeah, that's how it is in these American streets, where racists hold office while wearing a sheet. The war on drugs is just a war on the youth. They rather hear a lie to hear more of the truth. They want us to feel the one south of the border, but both for pedophiles.